is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Ohio.
Well, what do you say we play two? The Indians take on the Twins in a day-night doubleheader behind a couple of young guns. Legends are made in October, and rookie Ryan Merritt put his name in Indians folklore with a flawless Game 5 performance to help the Tribe win the ALCS on foreign soil. Mike Clevenger returns to the rotation in Game 2, and the suddenly searing Tribe bats will try to keep putting up crooked numbers against a pair of twin lefties. It's a tussle for first place in the AL Central, and it all starts next on Sports Time Ohio. Target Field in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the Indians have made themselves right at home. They've won 5 straight against the Twins here in Minnesota. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. We've got a day-night doubleheader here today, and if the Indians were to sweep both games, they would take over sole possession of first place in the American League Central Division. First things first, you got to win the first game, and the Indians will hand the ball to Ryan Merritt, who last October pitched quite a game. He retired the first 10 Blue Jays to start Game 5 of the ALCS.
Yeah, he stepped up on the big stage and was not intimidated. Now, Ryan Merritt is not a overpowering guy. He keeps it off the middle of the bat. He preys on aggressiveness from hitters. He's got great control. He changes speeds, so he's going to need his defense behind him. And you look at his numbers. He was 1-0 last year with the Indians. We know what he did in the ALCS. And just a very average year right now in Columbus, where he was 6-5 and a .396. But he'll make the start today, and hopefully he can give Terry a little distance.
Well, the Indians' bats have certainly come to life here in the last 2 days. They've scored 20 runs, considering that already 6 times in the 13 games they played in June, they've scored 4 runs or less. But those clutch hits are starting to come in bunches.
Oh, it's about time. 9 for 21 in their last 2 games, and it seems like when they get a base hit early and they drive in a run, it gets a little bit contagious, and guys start jumping on board, and that's nice to see because they couldn't happen at a better time than right now. A busy weekend going into Baltimore before, start hitting with runners on base, put some numbers on the board. They got the lead early last night. They continued to add, and that's the thing you have to do.
And 2 more left-handed starting pitchers to oppose the Indians here this afternoon in Minneapolis. We'll have the play-by-play coming up in a little bit. We'll check in with Alan Jensen back in the studio. We'll also catch up with Andre Knott. It's all coming up next. 3 straight singles, and the Indians lead it 1-0. He hits a towering drive to deep left field. Holy smokes, into the second deck. A 3-run homer, and the Indians take a 4-0 lead. Here's the throw, and the tag, they got him! A double play on a dynamite throw from Daniel Robertson. Encarnacion scores. Here comes Ramirez. He's safe as well. And the Indians take round 1 of this 4-game showdown by a convincing 8-1 final score. So that marks twice now this year the Indians have beaten the Twins by at least 7 runs. And they look to maintain their mastery over Minnesota this afternoon in Game 1 of our day-night doubleheader. Let's go downstairs right now and check in with Andre Knott.
Well, thank you, Matt. You can call Terry Francona a lot of things, but one thing that he said throughout the first month of the season when Edwin Encarnacion was struggling was that he was going to come out of it and carry this offense. For the last 2 games, the Indians have had 2 of their best scoring outputs of the season, and Edwin's been in the middle of all of it, so maybe you could call Tito a prophet in today's Hear Right Sounds of the game.
Edwin with a, I mean, that's kind of how you envision it, where, with one swing, you can kind of spread a game out, and he certainly has been showing lately that he's got that in him, so that's been really, really good. You look up, he's hitting about 260, and he's got 14 home runs. I mean, he's pretty damn close to probably where he was last year. I mean, he had a really slow start, but that slow start's over.
And just in the nick of time for this Indians ball club as they get ready for Game 2 in this 4-game weekend series against Minnesota. The starting 9 for Tito, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Jason Kipnis once again will lead it off. Daniel Robertson batting second. Jose Ramirez moves up to the 3-hole. Edwin Encarnacion, Carlos Santana, Austin Jackson in the middle third. And you've got Bradley Zimmer, Roberto Perez behind the plate, and Eric Gonzalez will be at shortstop for Lindor batting 9th.
All right, Adam Wilk will be the Northern Ohio Hyundai starting pitcher today for Minnesota. 6'2", 180 pounds, 29-year-older. He's making his 2nd start and 4th appearance of the season. He did pitch once against the Indians, so he'll get that was out of the bullpen. He'll get another opportunity today. Let's set the defense for you. Brought to you by WB Mason. It looks like this: Rosario in left, Buxton in center, Grossman is in right, Escobar is at third, Adrianza is at short, Dozier is at second, Vargas at first, Jimenez behind the plate.
And the umpires today: Marvin Hudson has the plate, Tom Woodring, Dan Bellino, and Mike Estabrook on the bases. Will be a hot one here today at the outset. Indians and Twins donning their Father's Day attire for this weekend. And we're underway as Adam Wilk, the left-hander, misses inside, ball 1. 81 degrees, our game time temperature. Very humid. Kipnis pops the pitch up on the infield. Escobar, the third baseman, makes the catch. 1-0. Our storylines today, courtesy of Wayside Furniture. Support the rookie. And the Indians offensively look to stay on a roll. They've scored 20 runs in the last 2 games. And Ryan Merritt, the key for him was always stay out of the middle of the plate. When he works the edges, keeps the hitters off balance, he is very effective. Daniel Robertson 0 for 4 last night. And Wilk works the edges for strike 1. Down in the dirt.
Wilk against the Indians this year, he allowed 2 runs and 3 hits in 3 2/3 innings of relief. That was on May 14th. He allowed a 3-run homer to Jason Kipnis in the 3rd inning of that ball game.
Ground ball to short. Big hop there for Adrianza. And there are 2 away. Up comes Jose Ramirez, who's hit in 3 straight games. But more than that, he's been on a roll over his last 19 games. He's batting .370 with 17 runs scored, 9 doubles, 3 homers. Pitch outside, ball 1. And Wilk misses outside. 2-0. Adam Wilk was originally an 11th round pick of the Detroit Tigers back in '09. Out of Cal State Long Beach. Native of Southern California. After the Tigers released him, he went to Korea. Just caught the outside corner, and it's 3-1. He said the city that he played in was only 400 miles from the North Korean border. So he said, I always had a bag packed just in case I had to make a run for it. Tell you what, Rick, he's been able to spot at times very well on the edges, outside corners. Might be looking at 2 guys who pitch very similar here today.
Trying to come all the way back from a 3-0 count. And, you know, both teams in the same situation. They're manipulating their roster to get guys up, and they're 26 man for the doubleheader and moving and shuffling.
Payoff pitch. Ramirez hits it well. Deep right field. Back is Robbie Grossman. He's looking up. It's gone. And the Indians take the lead 1-0 on Jose's 10th home run of the season. And it's a warm day in Minnesota. Jose got that ball up in the air. Not much of a breeze to speak of, but it flew out of here. And the Indians will play from in front once again.
Well, he gets his 10th home run, and you're right. That ball looked like it's just flying. He put a good swing on it, though. It was a fastball away. He shoots it the other way, and he has his 4th hit in the series. A couple of doubles, a single, and now his first home run. And he is continuing to swing a hot bat.
Edwin Encarnacion. There's Jose Ramirez being greeted by his teammates. Look at that look he shot for Santana. Oh, man. Well, Adam Wilkes saw what Encarnacion did to that baseball yesterday. He's being very careful with the right-handed slugger here. 3-0.
Yeah, second straight hitter, 3-0.
And never came close, ball 4. 2-out base runner for Carlos Santana.
I think they realize that Encarnacion has been swinging a very hot bat, and that's the guy they're going to try and steer around in this lineup. So whoever's hitting behind him may have a pretty good opportunity today.
Overall, Minnesota is 14th in the American League in pitching. Their starters, though, are 10th best with a 4.70 ERA. Bullpen dead last, a 5.29 ERA. Offensively, the Indians averaging 4.61 runs per game. That's 10th best in the American League. And even though they're starting to pick up the pace offensively, they're only 11th best in home runs per game.
Yeah, but they're hitting .267 over the last 26 games with runners in scoring position. And that's the department that had to be picked up on, and they're starting to do it.
Well, after falling behind the previous 2 hitters 3-0, he's ahead of Santana 0-2. But Carlos lines one past Adrianza in the left field on an 0-2 pitch.
Yeah, came back with a little breaking ball and got too much of the plate. Santana able to drive it between the hole of short and third. Second hit of the inning, but the inning will continue. They did that last night. They had an inning where they got the first 2 guys out in the 5th inning. And then 1, 2, 3, 5 reached where they had a big 4-run inning.
2 on, 2 out. Austin Jackson stepping to the plate. He was 0 for 3 last night. Jackson started in center field last night, but Bradley Zimmer gets the start today in center, so Jackson will be in right field with Daniel Robertson once again starting in left. There are the base runners. Encarnacion in scoring position, Santana at first. Twins play Jackson more or less straight up. Outfield shades him a bit the other way. And that's fouled back, and he's down 0-2 just as Santana was. Indians already on the board, leading 1-0. But a chance for more here with 2 down in the inning. Up and away. Jimenez came out of his stance to spear that one. Chris Jimenez said on the eve of this series, we're going to try and punch the bully right in the nose. But it was the Indians who landed the first punch last night. And scoring first again here today. Now the 1-2 way outside to even the count.
Trying to wrap that breaking ball around the outside part of the plate, not working. That was Turley's problem last night in the ball game. He couldn't throw breaking balls consistently for strikes.
Yeah, they more or less reduced him to a 1-pitch pitcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
The 2-2. High and a full count. And so after there were 2 outs with nobody on base, a home run from Ramirez, a walk to Encarnacion, an 0-2 base hit by Santana. And now from 0-2 to 3-2 for Austin Jackson. The runners will be off with the pitch. And it's ball 4. The bases are loaded with his second walk in the inning.
A nice patient at bat there by Austin Jackson. That was a slider that he wanted to throw on a 3-2 pitch, and he didn't hit with it, so he walked him. Even though you have the rookie Zimmer on deck on the left-hander, I know he didn't want to go from 0-2 to a walk.
Paul Molitor was fairly judicious with how he used his bullpen last night. And Ryan Presley, who worked 2 innings last night, was sent out. So they're pretty fresh, but he doesn't want to have to get into that bullpen early in game 1.
There's the breaking ball for a strike to the lefty. And you just spit on that one if you're Zimmer.
Molitor has his Twins still perched atop the division standings, though it's just a game lead now over the Indians. Zimmer had a wicked cut, but it's 0-2.
He's been 0-2 to a number of guys today already, but hasn't been able to put them away. There it is on our Nissan pitch tracker, a little breaking ball. And Santana 0-2, base hit, Jackson 0-2, walk.
Down low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Wilk approaching a 30-pitch first inning here.
I was going to say, not the way you really wanted to start out today when you get out there here. And pitch 28.
Zimmer fouls that back. Zimmer in limited play so far. He has gone 6 for 17 with runners in scoring position, so he's had some clutch hits already. There's another one. Line drive and a base hit into right field. Encarnacion scored. Here comes Santana. He scores as well.
That's a big hit.
Bradley Zimmer with a 2-out, 2-run single to make it a 3-0 Indians lead.
Matt, just like last night, after 2 were out, nobody on, 5 straight, come to the plate, 5 straight reach, and they make it a 3-0 first, and they're not out of it yet. Zimmer down in the count 0-2. He comes back up and gets that breaking ball. That was right down the middle. He made him pay to right field. Grossman comes up with the throw. Not a very good one. So the 2 runs will score. It's cut by Vargas. He will go to third base, but to no avail. Well, you'll see that pitch right there. See where the catcher has to reach back. Jimenez had to bring that glove over the plate.
Didn't really get it down and away like he wanted to. And in addition to being now 7 for 18 with runners in scoring position, Zimmer 3 for 4 with the bases loaded. And that is a big 2-out hit here in the inning. And Wilt not out of the woods yet, as you mentioned, because he's got Roberto Perez, who has been Mr. Clutch. "12 hits on the year for Roberto. 7 of them have come with runners in scoring position. And with 2 outs, he's been really good." Fouled off. Now, as you take a look, with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, better than a .400 average, and the runners in scoring position stat is one that it kind of comes and goes.
Yeah,
boy,
with every team.
But boy, when you have it, you want to try to ride it as long as you can.
Matt, it happens to every team where you get into slumps and people try too hard, but when you're going right and you're getting a few knocks, it looks so easy. All this started with 2 outs and nobody on. The Ramirez 2-out homer kicked it into gear.
Wilt delivers, and that's up high. 1-1. So Ryan Merritt hasn't even thrown a pitch yet, and he's staked to the early lead for Cleveland. He's had to sit and wait quite a while. Zimmer trying to get a read on Wilt, draws a throw. I got the feeling, Rick, just watching him as he took that lead, he'd like to go here, but
no sense. Just be patient. You can wait till you get to 2 strikes. Give him a chance to swing the bat. He's done well in this situation.
Sometimes tough to corral that youthful exuberance.
Well, I understand that.
The 1-1. And that one almost went to the backstop.
He's struggling enough as it is. You know, just throwing over there, his concentration is not on the hitter. But you can see, I mean, it's almost 50-50 in this first inning. 33 pitches. And boy, if you're the Twins, that's the last thing you wanted to see early in the game. You needed a nice quick inning. And a good start from your starter in game 2 after last night. Turley only went 4 2/3. And a lot of attention.
Well, and again, you mentioned before, you think that potentially Zimmer has a chance to be a big time base stealer.
Yeah, he'll steal 20 this year.
The scouting reports have already delivered that information, so he's drawing attention, which sometimes helps the hitter at the plate.
Sure does.
There goes Zimmer. Up and away, no chance for Jimenez. And steal number 6 for Zimmer.
Easily. No throw, even though the guy was on third base. If there wasn't, he still would have stolen it easily. Watch the jump. And this guy, he's going to get his 20. And you know what? Don't stop there. I'm just not trying to get greedy. That's number 6 for him. But he's getting a pretty good feel for it here at the big league level.
Roberto Perez now with a 3-1 count.
Helped
him out.
Yeah, that's that right there. That's just swinging at a 3-1 count. I mean, just patience right here, and you're on first base. But he helped him out. He's missing his target. That's a high. It's away. Not even close. That goes to show you what hitters want to do. They want to drive in those runs. They get a little greedy.
Well, he's got 2 in scoring position. And here is the 3-2 and a foul back out of play. Three runs home. 2 more sitting out there for Roberto Perez. Adam Wilt about to deliver his 37th pitch of this inning. And he strikes him out to end it. But Jose Ramirez starts the party with an opposite field homer. Bradley Zimmer drives in 2 more. It's 3-0 Cleveland. By Hankook Tires. Brian Dozier, Eduardo Escobar, and Miguel Sano at the top. Paul Molitor sits the first game out, so Robbie Grossman, Kenny Vargas, and Eddie Rosario are in the middle. Then it's Byron Buxton, Ray Adrianza, and Chris Jimenez hitting ninth.
And Ryan Merritt, the Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher for the Tribe. You'll see his numbers down at AAA, 6-5 at 396, 72 and 2/3 innings. You know, just that there are average numbers, but this is a guy that's a control guy. He's got to throw that cutter or that fastball into the right-handers, just change up away, stay out of the middle of the plate.
Swinging at the first pitch is Brian Dozier. And a quick out recorded.
Set the defense for you for the Indians, brought to you by Ram. It'll be Robertson in left, Zimmer in center, Jackson over in right, Ramirez is at third, Gonzalez in short, Kipnis at second, Santana at first, and Perez catching.
Your first impression of Ryan Merritt when you meet him is almost like he's that aw shucks country boy in the big city for the first time in his life. But he has a calm and a poise about him that you don't maybe see a lot of in someone with the lack of experience. But man, he gets the ball in his hand and he seems to be at peace and at ease when he's out there on the mound.
Know yourself. You know, he's a guy that you can't try and do too much. You don't overpower him. He's like, you know, guys now, if you don't throw mid-90s, people don't pay attention to you as much. It's like Josh Tomlin. You go out there, just do your thing. Be yourself. You know, try and get outs on 3 pitches or less. These are guys that I miss watching pitch because they can drive hitters crazier than the hitters nowadays. They like velocity. They like the velo. They want to get after that fastball. When you start changing speeds and disrupting their timing, that upsets him more than anything else. There's a nice changeup.
And he seems to be in perpetual motion out there. You watch him, he's got the hands going up and down. He's tugging at the jersey. He's moving around. He very rarely comes to a stop. Just a slow hook in there for strike 2.
Beautiful.
I mean, you watch him out there. He's moving almost constantly until he goes into that into the windup. Missed up high, 2-2.
Yeah, that was his heater, 87. See, this is where you're going to test the patience of the Minnesota hitters. They have to stay back and take what he's going to give you, and that's going to be base hits the other way if Minnesota wants to do anything against him today.
Right back up the middle, and Sano has a base hit with 2 down for Minnesota.
It's a good thing he got out of the way of that. The big man hit it. He does a little skip to get out of the way. It gets into center field, so a 2-out hit for Minnesota. Right there, that ball stayed middle of the plate. He's lucky. That left foot there almost got hit.
Now, by rule, he has to come set for at least a second here. So that'll slow down some of his motion. But he won't pause for long, and he fires a strike in there to Robbie Grossman. Grossman, a switch hitter, was 0 for 4 last night. Right field over near the line. Austin Jackson, a long run. He's there, makes the catch. The side is retired. No runs to hit, a man left. After an inning, it's the Indians 3, the Twins nothing. Bats here in the second inning. Eric Gonzalez, the number 9 hitter, will lead it off, and we'll flip it back over to the top of the order. Adam Wilk from Cypress, California. Had a rough first inning. Had to make almost 40 pitches. Going back to his days in high school, when Wilk was a junior in high school, he was a leadoff hitter and his team's starting pitcher. And one day, after getting a base hit, he was running the bases during a game, and he went to slide, and he caught a rock on the infield dirt, and it's cut open the middle finger on his right hand, on his glove hand. And he said, well, we didn't have a trainer back in high school, so he said, I had a roll of tape in my bag, and I didn't want to get blood all over my glove, so I just wrapped that finger with tape. And that day, I went 3 for 3 and threw a complete game. And you know how superstitious pitchers are, or baseball players in general. He has taped that middle finger on his right hand every game he's played since his junior year in high school, since that day.
Wow.
Pop up, right side, out of play.
Doesn't want to get his glove dirty.
He said, I tape it up even if I'm not participating. If my team has a game and I'm out there with my team, I tape that finger every day. It's just, you know how guys are.
Yeah. Well, some guys worse than others, and he seems to, he goes
takes
to the
it
extreme. Yeah, we get it. But
now the 1-2. Gonzalez spoils it. What was? Do you remember any superstitions that you saw where you just kind of shook your head and went, "Wow, really?"
Yeah, Pete Maravich with the socks.
Oh yeah,
that he wore every time since his junior high school days. That's what I'm talking about, like from high school or something. He wore them all the way through the NBA.
Yeah.
I think they'd have holes in them after a while.
Just missed, and it's 2-2.
Kevin Romberg, remember him?
Oh, he couldn't touch him, right?
Couldn't touch him. And he always had to make left-hand turns no matter where he went.
Or he had to touch you last. That's what it was, right?
I mean, if you shook his hand,
he'd have to touch you.
You know how guys, and they would drive him nuts. People would give him envelopes or something. He said, I touched that, and it's got you.
Well, once you let somebody know, it's over.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, especially in baseball.
The 2-2. Gonzalez again fouls it out of play.
You know, even though it's a great at bat, but you're making this guy throw so many pitches here, and we're just in the second inning.
Did you believe in superstitions at all? Did you ever have anything?
Not really.
When you're going well, though, you'd probably want to keep your routine the same.
Yeah, you'd probably stay close to it when you got. I mean, when you run into those things where people call it in the zone.
Gonzalez yanks it deep, but it's going to go foul. Man, oh man, did he clobber that
Brought
thing.
the hands in on that inside pitch and really struck it well.
I knew from his reaction it wasn't going to stay fair, but watch
hands.
where this thing ends up if we have the shot.
See those hands? You see how short that swing was?
Yeah.
Goes to show you how much power you can have with not a big swing, and that was a short one. Really a good at bat here.
I'm telling you, it hit right above the Goose Island pub. That had a chance to be as far as the ball Encarnacion hit last night. This is a heck of an AB. Here's the 3-2. And a ground ball to short. Backhanded by Adrianza. Long throw. Gonzalez beats it out. And the Indians have their leadoff man aboard.
Yeah, good hustle. And Adrianza had to make the play, just a perfect play. Get it, get rid of it quickly, if he even thought about having a chance. But with that little bobble, and then you couldn't get anything on the throw, it's going to be an infield single for Gonzalez on a really nice at-bat for him in his first one. So they get the leadoff man aboard. This could get ugly here for Minnesota if Wilt doesn't settle in.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because how often do you see in a game when you've got a chance to really knock a pitcher out, you better take advantage of it.
Do it while you can. You're right.
They seem to have him on the ropes. Kipnis pulls it foul. Kip did not have a hit last night, but he was hit by a pitch. He walked, stole a base, scored a run. Appeared to aggravate that neck problem late in the game, but he's right back in there today. Squares the bunt. Gets it down. Wilkes only played at first. One down. On the sacrifice, Gonzalez moves into scoring position.
Well, live Indians baseball is back in 2017 with MLB.com at bat on your smartphone or tablet. Stay connected with live radio broadcasts, stats, breaking news, and more. Download the #1 app for live baseball. That's MLB.com at bat.
Well, here's Daniel Robertson now. Robertson, who has batted .351 coming into today against left-handed pitching. Down in the dirt, ball 1. Chops it to first. Kicked by Vargas. He recovers in time, though, to get the out at first base, 2 away. Once again, we're participating in the home run challenge. Every home run, every strikeout in this game raises money for prostate cancer research. Since June 1st, $3.3 million has been raised in the challenge, and you can make a pledge. Go online to homerunchallenge.org. Just don't mess with Jose Ramirez's batting helmet. His opposite field homer got the scoring started here in the first. Up and away, 1-1. Ramirez now 4 for 5 in the series with 2 doubles and a home run over his last 4. Extremely hot. Pops this one up, though. Should get him out of the inning. Grossman makes the catch. Middle of the second. Cleveland 3, Minnesota nothing. Second inning. No Joe Mauer today. Out in the starting lineup for Minnesota with this day-night doubleheader. And last night a rarity in which Joe Mauer struck out 3 times for only the 20th time in his career. Kenny Vargas looks at a pitch outside, ball 1. Vargas is just 3 for 30 from this side of the plate.
Got one in on his hands.
Look at that. No panic.
Right.
Never sped up. He just kept his poise and made a perfect throw. How many times you see a guy bobble it and then chuck one down the line or over the first baseman's head?
Watch when he grabs it. That's when he slows it down because he picked up the runner. Right now he thought he was going to have to hurry. But he sees it and then said, okay, I got time. No problem. So you can make those bobbles at third and at second, and you have time to get guys, but at short, you can't do it. You really got to catch it cleanly.
Unless maybe Benji Molina were running.
Well, true. Average speed for the most part, you got to field it cleanly.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, even the slightest bobble can be costly for a shortstop. Eddie Rosario homered last night.
Yeah, he went opposite field. Sort of like what Ramirez did today to right. He went to left, and that ball had very nice carry to it.
Rosario was trying to hit that one out over the flagpoles in right field, and that's where Ryan Merritt likes. Swing harder. That's when he's even better. A lot of people felt like after watching his performance against Toronto, they said, boy, that was a great matchup for him. Yeah. Maybe you wouldn't think so with all the preamble and the talk, shaking in his boots, all that kind of stuff. But the way that Blue Jays were so aggressive in trying to hit every ball out of the ballpark, it played right into his strength.
Yeah, free swingers. That's pitchers like that have control and they can spot their pitches where they want to.
Right back up the middle. He kicks it to Ramirez. He throws to first, and they got him. Oh, a dynamite pick by Santana for out number 2.
Yeah, that goes 1-5-3. And it was a heads-up play by Ramirez. He didn't have much time to react. They were playing over. This one did get Merritt on the shoes. And then Ramirez gloves it, throws it on the run. A nice pick by Santana. Let's see, the right foot. Yeah, not bad. Deflection. Like a hockey goalie. And there's a nice pick on the back end by Santana. And they get Rosario for the second out.
So 2 gone for Byron Buxton. Hitless in 3 trips to the plate last night. And Merritt, strike 1. Merritt, I would think, much like Josh Tomlin, would be fun to play behind because he throws so many strikes.
Yeah, they're quick.
And he works fast.
Yes, those are guys you love to play behind, Matt. As you say, he's just waiting for that hitter to get in the box. He's
killing
not
time.
stops. But if he sees that hitter get in the box, watch, he moves, and then he starts his windup. He never slows down.
Got him looking to end the inning. Merritt's first strikeout. The Twins go 1-2-3, and it's 3-0 Cleveland after 2. in between innings. Here in the third, Edwin Encarnacion will lead it off. He never saw a strike his first time up. This time Wilk goes at him and gets a hit. One ball, one strike. Down again, 2-1.
Lay off that changeup. They haven't been biting on that.
You can see Jimenez very deliberately putting that glove down. Like, look, if we walk him, that's okay. Don't just lay one out over the plate, though. I think he's throwing all changeups here.
Yeah, they're not bad changeups, but they're not swinging at him.
I think he threw him a first pitch fastball, and then he went changeups, couple of one slider. Now it's a full count. And he walked him again. Leadoff man aboard for Cleveland for the second time in 3 innings. Stat of the game is brought to you by Buick.
Salvador Perez has jumped up into that category now. Although Bautista only comes here once a year. Other guys look like divisional foes.
Carlos Santana singled and scored in the first. Santana got a piece of that, where he got Jimenez on the follow through.
Well, when he gets out in front of a breaking ball, you can see it is. That's a long backswing after he lets that top hand off.
One strikeout for Wilk, and that came against Roberto Perez to end the first inning. He's been ahead of a number of hitters, as you pointed out. His ability to put them away has been a different story, though. He had Santana down 0-2 in the first. And Carlos singled through the left side of the infield. This time he pops one out of play down the right side. Slow chopper towards third. Going to be a tough play for Escobar. He gloves, he throws, got him. Edwin moves into scoring position. And that's a nifty play by Escobar, because there's really no margin for error, and very rarely do you see a guy use the glove on this play.
Well, look how deep he was. Then again, Santana didn't get a good jump out of the box. Had a big swing, but they get him by a half a step at first base.
So up comes Austin Jackson, who walked his first time up. You know, we talked about Nick Turley last night, the Twins starter, and his perseverance. 9 years in the minor leagues, independent ball,
right.
Finally getting an opportunity. Adam Wilk is another guy who's dealt with some adversity. I mean, just you wonder after a while, is it me? Is something wrong with me? Because I told you before, he asked for his release from the Tigers, went to Korea, came back, signed with the Pirates after a year. Then he signed with the Angels after a year. He went to the Rays for a year, went to the Mets for a year, and now with the Twins. You're grateful for the opportunities, but it's like, doesn't anybody want to keep me around?
No, you have to earn your living, because they try you for a year. Okay, we've got other people in line, because, you know, he's not a high draft pick, no money invested. Time to move on. That's how this game is. That's how it's going to be for a lot of people, man. You're going to have the haves, you know, the guys that make the money, and your everydayers and your good pitchers, and then the guys that are, you know, that notch below, that they're going to travel around a lot and play with a lot of different teams, especially left-handed pitchers more so.
Well, the Indians jumped him for 3 early. Runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the 3rd. 2-2 count for Jackson. Foul back.
Send along some congratulations to Bill and Kathy Phelps, celebrating their 50th anniversary from Doylestown. And a very happy birthday to Helen Kosicki, turning 95 from Cuyahoga Heights. Happy birthday, Helen.
Now the 2-2. And it's close, but just off the plate. Full count. Some groans from the Twins fans.
Austin took that pitch last time, if you remember, on a 3-2 count. It's outside. He's trying to wrap it around the outside corner, but he spit on it last time. He does it again this time. He had Jackson down 0-2, and he got a walk. Well, he's at 3-2 again.
And that one nailed right back into the mask of Jimenez. He'll readjust, take a moment. Well, he broke his sunglasses, but he's discarded them. Hard to believe, but Adam Wilk is closing in on 75 pitches. We're in the 3rd inning with only 1 out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jackson towering pop harmlessly into right field. 2 down.
Well, KeyBank Kids tickets start at just $15 for kids 12 and under with the purchase of an adult ticket. Kids tickets are located in the family deck out at Progressive Field, home to the expanded Kids Clubhouse, and they are only available online at Indians.com.
With 2 down, Bradley Zimmer. A 2-out, 2-run single his first time up. You know, sometimes you, as a pitcher, you want to have a 10-pitch inning. He had a 10-pitch at bat against Eric Gonzalez in the 2nd.
Yes, he did, to lead that inning off, right. Well, Zimmer had a 2-run single in the first. He was down on the count, but that breaking ball there stayed middle of the plate, and he hurt him on it. So he comes back out, and he's throwing him 2 sliders away, and he gets swings and misses on him.
Just off the plate. Still can't get him to bite. 2-2.
You know, he's just not able to put him away. His stuff is not good enough to where they're taking him. You know, he's making good pitches for him, but the hitters aren't going after him. So obviously they can pick it up.
And again, he missed outside. Full count.
So once again, from 0-2 to 3-2.
You can see, watch Jimenez's glove though. Watch how far it goes off the plate trying to catch it. He's just not going to get that call.
See, he had to catch it a funny way because he was sitting inside. He's going to come back with a 3-2 slider here. Those are the first 2 pitches he got him on. There it was.
And Zimmer yanks it to right field all the way down into the corner. Encarnacion scores. Zimmer into second base with another 2-out RBI hit, and it's 4-0 Cleveland.
Yeah, he came back with the spinner, and he hung that one, and Zimmer took advantage of it. So Bradley with 3 ribbies on the day, a couple of base hits, 2-out base hits with runners in scoring position. A beautiful thing right there. See, that stayed right on the inside part of the plate, right into his wheelhouse. So they get another one, make it a 4-0 lead. 5 hits for the Tribe. And look at Bradley, runners in scoring position, 8 for 19, 2 out, and runners in scoring position, 5 for 10. Not bad with the bases loaded either.
Well, now here's Roberto Perez, who struck out to end the first inning with 2 in scoring position. An opportunity to make amends here. Popped out of play to the right.
Well, again, Encarnacion walked twice, has 2 runs scored. He's been scoring a lot of runs, man. He's been getting on bases, and they're driving him in.
Couldn't tempt him. 1-1.
Well, Minnesota, they're going to just continue to stay with Adam Wilk. They don't want to get into that bullpen too early because they have a second game tonight. Boy, first 3 innings, they have had their opportunities. We're up 4-0 after 3 yesterday as well.
And he strikes out Perez for the second time to end an inning. But Bradley Zimmer has delivered a pair of clutch hits this afternoon. A 2-run single in the first, an RBI double here in the third, and it's 4-0 Cleveland. Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Now the Indians out to an early 4-0 lead going to the bottom half of the third. And Ryan Merritt once again weaving his magic against this Twins lineup. He's given up just one hit in the first two. A-Ray Adrianza tried to bunt, and it's fouled back to the on-deck circle.
Yeah, trying to get something going, get on base. They have a 2-out single, and that is about it. Merritt, 69% strikes, 16 of his 23 pitches.
Line drive, base hit, left field. And Adrianza has the Twins' second hit this afternoon. Let's go down to Andre Knott.
Well, with Ryan Merritt on the mound in this doubleheader, Terry Francona felt like he was the perfect person for this situation. He says it's hard to bring a guy up from AAA and expect him to give you the innings that you need in a situation like this. But he said after what Ryan went through last year, you could tell there was a difference when he walked into the clubhouse yesterday. He knew the guys, he knew the coaches. He walked in knowing that he could come in and do the job. And he said that made him feel better going into this situation because he knew the experience from last year made Ryan Merritt feel like he was right at home when he walked into that clubhouse.
Yeah, and his teammates even made him feel better when they put 3 on the board the top half of the first.
Now, Chris Gimenez comes to the plate right now. And Matt, you brought up his comment from a few days ago. In going around our clubhouse and speaking to players, Jason Kipnis said it best. He goes, we know G way too well. We didn't take it personal. He's doing that for his guys. He goes, but don't quote me on this, but there was a lot of things said before the game that I to make sure we knew we heard what he said. But they didn't take it personal. No one did. You know what? You guys know how it works.
It's like you and me if we played one-on-one. We trash talk each other, but you know it's all in good spirit, I guess. It's just, hey, look, Gimenez knows this is a Twins club that's trying to learn how to win, and they're in first place right now. I think he recognizes the challenge, and he was trying to fire up his guys.
And that's what he said to me. He goes, we got a young team. I wanted these guys to have fun with this. You know, that's what we know Chris. Chris goes, we wanted them to have fun. I didn't want them worried about what was getting ready to happen. And like I said, on our side, everybody laughed about it and said, we can't wait to see him.
Doesn't hurt. He's coming off a heck of a game, too. A couple of home runs.
Well, he also told the Minnesota media, because he's pitched 5 times this year, he's the best hitting pitcher in baseball.
Checks his swing, rolls it to Santana. He'll go to second. There's one back to first. It's in the dirt. Merritt couldn't scoop it. And that'll put Gimenez in the scoring position with 1 out.
I want to see what happened. Did that ball short hop Merritt, or did it just go off his glove? Because you have to really get over there in time if you're the pitcher. Santana makes a good, strong throw. Gonzalez comes back. Yeah, and he short hopped him. So that error is going to be on Gonzalez going over into the dugout. You've got to get it up there. He had plenty of time because Santana gave him a good throw. You got to make sure you get the ball in the air. That pitcher's on the run, and it's a tough play for him.
Yeah, I don't know if he yanked the throw because he was trying to lead him or if he was just trying to get a little too much on it, but 1 down for Brian Dozier. Grounded out on the only pitch he saw first time up.
Merritt got over there in time. You can see he's going to beat the hitter, and the throw is just not a good throw. I mean, Merritt wanted to pick it, but still, you got to make it an easier play for the guy getting over there.
Dozier with a liner, center field. Zimmer cuts it off, but scoring is Gimenez. And so the error costly here in the third as Minnesota's on the board. It's now a 4-1 ball game.
Yeah, and that's the approach Minnesota has to have against Ryan Merritt. And the second time through, you see Dozier does it. He's not going to try to pull the ball. He did the first time up when he pulled it to the right side. He says, I'm going to stay on the ball. And that's the approach they need. He got a fastball out over the plate, cut off by Zimmer. He gets it in, but not before Gimenez can touch home plate.
Eduardo Escobar grounded out his first time up, but he has been in the zone for sure.
Yeah, and you look at this side of the plate, he's hitting .370 from the right side of the plate this year.
Escobar steps away, and Ryan Merritt now ready to go again. The 2-0. Bullseye. Drive single to center field. So 3 hits in the inning for Minnesota.
Well, Escobar's been hot, so he gets a base hit. It's 3 hits in the inning. And you're going to see, let's see where that ball is. It looked like it had a lot of the plate there. Change up maybe out over the plate. He takes it right back up the middle. So Minnesota trying to mount something and come back here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
Now Miguel Sano lined a single right back up the middle, his only time up. Hits it off the end of the bat foul.
Yeah, see, he backed off on it. A lot of young pitchers, when they get into situations like this, you have runners on base, they want to power their way through situations. This is where Merritt can, you know, do it the other way. You back off, you throw something really slow, and watch those hitters. They swing wildly, just like Sano did there.
Just missed outside. Tried to tempt him. Snow wouldn't bite. 1-1. Missed outside again. Now the Indians came in defensively 5th in the league with 35 errors. Only the Texas Rangers and Chicago White Sox had turned more double plays than the Indians. And boy, the one they didn't turn here in the 3rd starting to loom large.
Well, a lot of times that will burn you. Double plays unturned, although it wasn't an easy double play.
No.
You know, Merritt had to hustle to get over there. It was just a little erratic throw from Gonzalez.
Well, what happened there? What happened there? Oh, Sano had called time.
Yes.
Sano had called time, so no pitch.
Yeah, Molitor's going to go out, but, you know, Merritt was coming to the plate, and then all of a sudden he saw something and stopped. Watch this. He gave him time, and you know what?
That's weird. He never threw his hands up, though.
I know he didn't, but you see, now he's saying the hitter called time. He wasn't going to give it to him, I don't think. But when you don't see the umpire's hands go up, you got to throw the baseball. I
wonder why Merritt stopped. He must have heard the umpire yell time. He had to hear something to make him stop.
I agree, because if you don't see the umpire's hands up, then you've got to throw the baseball.
something you see very often, but a weird chain of events there. Fouled off. It's 2-2.
Nice little cutter. Watch the hand go up, and the ump didn't do anything. See, his hand stayed on the bat. And I'm surprised that he even stuck up for him. I really am. To say no, he called timeout. That surprises me. You can't give a hitter timeout when he calls it that late, and the pitcher's got his foot up.
Two. Slow curveball, maybe 2. Gonzalez to Kipnis. On to Santana, and the Indians get out of the inning. Oh, Ryan Merritt gets a 2-for-1 ball, and we played 3 in Minneapolis with the Indians leading it 4-1. And a ground ball single into left field. And so he's 2 for 2.
He had a 10-pitch at bat the first time, and he hits the first one.
I figured, let's average it out a little bit here. And let's go back now to the studio for a game break. Here's Al Pawlowski.
Second baseman.
All right, thanks, Al. Gonzalez aboard to start the 4th inning, and Jason Kipnis now at the plate. Swimmers getting loose in the Minnesota bullpen. Jason Kipnis launches one to deep right field. Back is Grossman. He'll play it off the wall, and it skips by him. On his way to third goes Gonzalez, and he'll have to hold there. And the Indians have runners at second and third with nobody out. And you could hear that ball maybe We're listening at home from our outfield mics. When it hit that wall above the padding and below the limestone cutout, it just makes a hollow thump.
Yeah, it's the wood that you talked about. And then it gets past Grossman out there and right.
Like it hit the side of somebody's house if you're playing in the backyard.
Yeah.
Run! Well, Kip's double has it set up for the tribe, and now Paul Molitor has got to think about how much longer he can go with Will, who's at 86 pitches here today. Daniel Robertson 0 for 2.
Infield coming in with nobody out. Paul Molitor wants to cut off the runs right now if he can. So look for something to elevate if you're Daniel Robertson.
No. Slow chopper to short. That won't get it done.
Rolled over on a changeup first pitch.
And 1 down. And it brings up Jose Ramirez, who homered in the first, fly to right in the second. It's outside, ball 1. Big opportunity right here to come back and answer the run the Twins put up and deal them a serious blow in their comeback efforts. Way outside, 2-0.
Well, this will be his last hitter with Encarnacion on deck because he's walked him twice today. So that right-hander, I'm sure, will be coming in. And we'll see how it goes with Wilk if he can get Ramirez. But Ramirez trying to get them both home.
This will be his 90th pitch of the day. Ramirez, though, staying patient.
Well, you have to here. He does. Even when he was ahead of all the hitters, Matt, he still nibbles and he tries to pitch and he lets you back into the count. So remain patient. I mean, you can sort of keyhole it now, 2-0. You don't have to swing. He'll probably throw a change up here.
It looked like he went at him with a fastball, and Posey fouls it back. 3-1. Ramirez sends one deep to right. Back is Grossman, and he's going to play this one off the wall. That's going to score Gonzalez. On his way home is Kipnis, and Jose Ramirez delivers once again. A 2-run double, and the Indians now lead it 6-1.
And that'll be it, I'm sure, for Wilk. He got a breaking ball, and Ramirez again takes it the other way and goes off the wall. Really a nice at-bat. He tried to throw that breaking ball away. It was a strike. Ramirez stayed back. You can see it ricochet off the wall. What an afternoon he's having. 3 RBIs, double, home run, and the Indians making a 6-1 ball game.
Well, the Indians' clutch hitting continues to thrive here this afternoon. They're up by 5 in the 4th, and the Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made for Alex Wimmers. He'll be coming on for Minnesota when we come back. tight. Edwin Encarnacion destroyed this baseball. Off Nick Turley in the 3rd inning. It was a 3-run blast, his 14th of the year. Made it 4-0, and the Indians never looked back.
Well, and they jump up very big early today as well. It's now a 6-1 game. They have 8 hits. They're in the 4th inning. The offense is starting to roll. Encarnacion has walked twice and scored 2 runs today.
Now here is Edwin looking to do some damage. He just liked to see maybe a couple of strikes. He's walked both times up. He scored 2 runs. They threw him a first pitch strike his last time up. First time they didn't even come close to offering a strike.
They don't want any part of him.
Encarnacion draws another walk, and they're avoiding him at all costs. Down to Andre.
Well, last night, if you remember early in the game, the Indians had some success versus the starter for Minnesota, but there were broken bats everywhere. So bad that one even came over where I'm sitting last night. Well, after the game, I talked to Jose Ramirez about losing bats after he just got a new package of bats just 2 weeks ago. Francisco Lindor stopped me halfway through and he says, don't ask him about that. He's stealing my bats. Those are all my bats that he's breaking right now. He said basically because Jose told me I'm hot, I'm going to keep using every one that Lindor has. He even went to Lindor in the 5th inning last night and he said, which one do you like the best? He pointed to it, he picked it up and took it. So Frankie's not even using his new bat, or Frankie's using them, but Jose Ramirez in this hot streak has been using Lindor's bats the entire time.
Yeah, whatever you get hits with, boy, you can stay with it. Ramirez sounds like another Ramirez that we had. Would grab anybody's bat at any time. And pants and jerseys and everything else.
That was the first thing that came into my mind. I'm glad you brought it up because I remember the stories back in the 90s of guys just telling me, they'd say,
oh yeah,
he'll go to the bat rack and just stare and say, I'm going to try this one, and just go up and
it wouldn't matter. Well, and when he'd go out for batting practice, he'd wear somebody's pants that was 3 sizes too big. That's and right. He'd go out there. He would do anything at any time.
2-0 pitch. Popped up foul, and this will get out of play. Jose Ramirez is different. I mean, he definitely stands out in the crowd, but he's completely different than Manny Ramirez in that he's got a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, he sure does. No
question about it.
Yes, he does. He's got that strut.
Manny just sort of had a childlike naivete about everything. 2-2. Like he was surprised at anything you told him. But man,
except hitting,
yeah,
because he knew what he was doing. He was really an outstanding hitter that knew the game very well, and he knew how to prepare.
The 2-2. Hit hard. Nice stop by Vargas at first. And the flip to Wimmers for out number 2. Ramirez to third, Encarnacion to second. Nice play there by Vargas. If that gets by him, this game is a rout. Because you're going to get at least one, if not two more. Probably not Encarnacion on that play, but well, it's a good stop nonetheless.
Yeah, you needed an out in that situation, and you know he really only had one play. By the time he gets up, he's not nimble at first base, so you just get an out to get him 2 outs. Now a hit would really break their back.
And Austin Jackson looking for his first hit in the series, 0 for 4. And it's way outside, ball 1. Missed inside. Well, Jackson took a healthy hack but came up empty. The runner at third base, Jose Ramirez, still a responsibility of the starter, Adam Wilk. So the book not quite closed on the left-hander. Right now, the righty Alex Wimmers caught the inside corner. Jackson not so sure, and it's 2-2.
Is this another changeup? I think. Yes, it was. It goes inside. Well, he might have caught a break there, but he gets the call. Oh, it's 2-2 now.
And he strikes him out to end the inning. All 3 strikeouts for Indians hitters today have come to end the inning. But Jose Ramirez puts the Indians on top, 6-1.
$3 dog night on Friday. You can also get $2 domestic cans in the district out in right field. 10,000 fans are going to receive sunglasses courtesy of Subway, and then after the game stay for a fireworks show. Just go to Indians.com for the details.
Ryan Merritt has spent a lot of time in the dugout waiting as the Indians have had some long turns at bat already here today. Robbie Grossman leads off. He's 0 for 1 and takes a strike. Right at the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. And another perfect throw, 1 down. Our T-Mobile Unlimited baseball break. Matt Chapman delivered the game-winning 2-run single in the 8th inning last night in an 8-7 win for the A's over the Yankees.
How's that for your first major league hit?
Not
game winner against the Yanks. You'll always remember that.
25th overall pick just 3 years ago, and Aaron Judge.
He just stays hot. I know, what a year he's having. Guy's an animal.
Merritt's pitch took off a little high for Vargas, who is 0 for 1. Takes a strike. Looked like he wanted to offer at it, but couldn't pull the trigger. Down in the dirt. Got him looking. It just did graze the outside corner. And that's the second strikeout for Merritt this afternoon. 2 down.
A couple of breaking balls, and then I think he puts him away with a fastball that just dots the outside edge. He didn't have to move the glove. Might have been a ball width off, but a pretty darn good pitch. Too close to take with 2 strikes.
Strike called to Eddie Rosario, who sharply hit a ball back up the middle in the second inning. It kicked off of Ryan Merritt's foot to Jose Ramirez at third, who threw him out by a whisker at first base. Up high. 1-2. That breaking ball had a little bit of the plate, but Rosario, all he could do is foul it off. Shoots one to left. Charging hard is Robertson, but he couldn't quite get there in time. Didn't want to leave his feet. And it will be a 2-out single for Rosario.
Well, that's what you do. It was a good pitch, and he just serves it out there. He stayed out. And give your credit to Rosario on a nice piece of hit, just taking what he was able to get there off Ryan Merritt. So he will get the 5th hit. For the Twins today, they've all been singles, and another one with 2 outs.
There's another base hit in the left field, and Rosario will stop at second as Byron Buxton slaps one in the left field. And now there are 2 on with 2 out.
Going to get a breaking ball here that Buxton stayed back on right down the middle. And, you know, pitches like that are going to get hit. And it is. So back-to-back singles with 2 outs.
Adrianza fouls it off. Boy, they've been aggressive against Merritt here. Indians deserve a lot of credit to this point. They've done a marvelous job pitching against a Minnesota offense that came in 5th in the American League, averaging 4.77 runs a game. Merritt worked around 3 hits in the 3rd. He'll have to try and work around a pair of singles now here in the 4th to keep the Indians' 5-run lead intact. Low and away, 1-1. Backed him off, 2-1 the count. Low and no chase. There's a liner in the left center, and that's trouble. That's going to get a run home as Rosario scores. Byron Buxton flying into home on his heels. It's a 2-out, 2-run double for A-Ray Adrianza. And with 3 straight 2-out hits, the Twins come back kicking. And it's now a 6-3 ball game.
Yeah, you fall behind the hitter, you got to go at him, and it's a first extra base hit for the Twins today. And you see, it's a fastball right there. He takes advantage of it, finds the hole out there, hits the double, gets himself a couple of RBIs. Yeah, with Buxton on first base, no problem getting him in. So it is now a 6-3 game. And that all happening after 2 are out. 3 straight hits by the Twins. Callaway will go out to the mound. The Indians will get somebody up in the bullpen. Callister gets up for the Tribe. So 7 hits now for Minnesota, and they've been able to do a little bit of damage here in the last 2 innings. They got on the board until Merritt got the double play ball. He got the first 2 guys of this inning, and then 3 straight hits, single, single, double. They scored a pair, and they cut it in half. So they still have some life.
Chris Jimenez takes outside, ball 1. Ryan Merritt's strength is first pitch strikes, getting ahead of the hitters and then preying on their aggressiveness.
Right. That's what happened to him last at bat. 3-1 count, and he had to go at the hitter. Well, now Merritt looks like he's nibbling a little bit.
That time it floats in for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, well, when you throw off-speed pitches when you're behind in the count, they have to be for strikes, because the hitter sometimes he's going to sit on one pitch, and if it's not the breaking ball, he's going to take it all day long.
Wow.
Another 3-1 count here.
Take a look at this again. I guess that's a little low, but man, that's awfully close. Full count.
Gets the call on the outside corner. There you'll see the glove. That's a good shot.
There are 2 down in the inning as Merritt tries to work himself out of this mess. Don't want to bring Dozier to the plate and keep this alive. Weak ground ball hit to third. Ramirez up with it. Throws him out to end the inning. Twins get 2 back. We played 4. It's the Indians 6. The Twins 3. Is brought to you by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. And by Cleveland Clinic, Express Care online. Download it now for free. (6-3) Indians on top. Be interesting to see what Terry Francona does, as Ryan Merritt would be going through the Twins lineup for the 3rd time around, starting the bottom of the 5th.
I think he'll be back out there. See if the offense can come back and get a couple more runs and answer. They did. It's been an answer fest here. They scored 1 in the 3rd. Twins answered. They answered that with 2 in the 4th. The Twins answered. So maybe an offensive day here.
Bradley Zimmer has driven in 3 of the Indians' 6 runs today, both with 2 out hits.
Yeah, Zimmer and Ramirez have driven in the runs for the Indians.
Two and 0.
Guys have been throwing a lot of change-ups today through the first 4 innings.
Zimmer fouls it off to the left. addition to his 2 hits, 3 RBIs, he also has a stolen base today. He has 6 of those on the year. Up high, he lays off, full count. The payoff pitch. Pulls it foul. Zimmer's only 1 behind Michael Brantley for the team lead in stolen bases. Brantley not with the club this weekend on the paternity list. Upstairs, ball 4. And don't be surprised if he takes off some point in the very near future. In-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Jose Ramirez, opposite field home run in the first. Bradley Zimmer added a 2-run single in that first inning, and then he came up in the third with a 2-out RBI double. Ramirez drove in 2 more in the fourth. As Archie said, Ramirez has driven in 3. Zimmer has driven in 3. That's all 6 for Cleveland.
Well, not only do they have 8 hits already, they also have 5 walks. So they have had their share of base runners today, no question.
See how aggressive Zimmer is here. With Roberto Perez at the plate, he has struck out both times up today.
He will get his read over there. I don't know if they know much about Wimmer's move. We'll check it out. Let's see if we'll time him.
Zimmer gets off the bag, and it looks like he has a big lead, but you figure one of his strides is equal to about 3 for a normal person.
Yeah, 1 step and a dive, he could get back. I mean, you know, as tall as he is, and his strides, I love it. When he gets good jumps, you can see it. He doesn't take as many strides as most guys do trying to steal a base.
There he goes. He wasted no time, and Roberto swings at the first pitch and pops it up.
You know, that's where you have to. When you're down at the bottom part of the lineup, why not take a pitch and give the guy an opportunity to steal a base? That to me is frustrating. When you're a base stealer and you work it, and he goes on the first pitch. It's not that, like, you know, he's waiting. Perez has got to take a pitch there. I don't care if it's a strike or not. You'd much rather hit with a guy on second base than you would first.
Yeah, he's doing you a favor as a hitter.
Absolutely. That's a wasted at bat right there.
Now Eric Gonzalez, he has not wasted either of his at bats. He's 2 for 2, 2 singles and a run scored.
Yeah, from one extreme to the other. A 10-pitch at bat, and they pitch out this time.
Yeah.
In his first at bat, and then he hits the first pitch the second at bat.
He's a man of extremes.
Yeah, he really is.
Zimmer back with the dive. You know, the other thing too, Rick, about Eric Gonzalez, I think it's always interesting to see, especially with a young kid like Eric, how they react when things don't go well. And he had that misplay the other night against the Dodgers where he came off the bag too soon. You could tell he wore it on his face. He just felt awful. And he came back the next day, had a good ball game.
Hit a home run.
Bounced back, you know, again here today, a couple of big hits.
Well, that's how you learn. Look, when you're a young player, you make mistakes. That's how you learn how to play the game.
But you can't let it eat you up either.
No, I mean, that's okay. Look, this game, you make a lot of mistakes, but learn from them. Don't make the same ones twice, 3, 4 times.
Zimmer, I mean, he's itching to go over there. They just won't give him a chance.
Well, they're paying attention to him. They pitched out. They throw over there. I still can't believe Perez didn't give him a chance to steal that first pitch.
Gotta let it go. Gotta move on.
No,
you just said it.
I know. I made a mistake. I'll get over it. Give me a second.
No, I think
when you're a base stealer and you do that, that's what you're working for. especially at the bottom part of the lineup.
I think Chris Jimenez realizes I've had very little chance of throwing him out, so try and pick him off as best you can.
Well, all they can do is just try and keep him close. Good base stealers will steal their bases no matter how you work to them. You want the ball away, and it's going to be a fastball away. So it's going to be an easier pitch for Jimenez to throw on. See that? They're concerned about him, so they put a little pressure on him, and he throws one in the dirt.
There's Eric's first at bat. It was the end of a 10-pitch at bat. Next time up. Oh, then he had the defense.
That was really nice double
really
play.
Nifty deep play.
Yeah.
And then first pitch up in the 4th inning. Line is single to left. And now because of Zimmer, he's in a good count, 2-0. And now it's 3-0.
You know, that's beautiful. I mean, that's when you're worried about the base runner, and that's the pressure that a base stealer can put on a pitcher, is make him worry a little bit, take a little bit of that concentration off the hitter. And look what the hitters get. They get hitters counts. So just stay put right here. I'm sure Jackson or Gonzalez will be taking.
And it's ball 4. Wasn't even close. So 2 walks in the inning. And Jason Kipnis is coming up with 2 aboard and only 1 out.
Boy, he just came on last inning to get the last 2 outs. He walked the leadoff man. He's walked 3 guys out of his 6 hitters.
That will win you no favors with Paul Molitor.
Not on doubleheader day, it won't.
Boy, and for years, Minnesota, their pitching staff was known as a bunch of guys who just threw strikes.
They were always top in the league at the fewest walks. If you're going to hit them, you're going to have to hit them out of the ball game. No question about it. They would throw strikes. They hated to walk people.
Well, now Jason Kipnis, who doubled off the wall and right and scored in the 4th inning. And that's inside, almost hit him.
Well, you have to remain patient here. Make him get into the strike zone. Check it out. 17 balls and 10 strikes. That's terrible for a big league pitcher. Especially when you're coming in trying to keep the game intact. You know, they just came back and answered and scored 2 runs, and now you're giving them free base runners. Yeah, your manager will not like that.
Nobody up in the Minnesota bullpen yet, but that's about to change, I think. They've got some stirring down there. A little high, 2-0.
Sometimes the harder you try to throw strikes, the tougher it is as a pitcher, I guess.
Left-hander up for Minnesota in the pen, getting loose. Looked like he was way out in front of that.
He
pitch.
was. Well, it seems like the only pitch he can throw for a strike is his changeup. Boschers, another lefty up in the pen.
Here's the 2-1. It's in there for a strike. There was his fastball. Kipnis clobbers one to deep center. Back is Buxton. On the track, makes the catch. Tagging and going to third is Zimmer. But now there are 2 down. Sports Time Ohio giving you a chance to win one of 25 pairs of tickets or the grand prize of a VIP experience to the Luke Bryan concert at Progressive Field coming up on July 15th. You can enter the sweepstakes at foxsportsohio.com. Your chance to win. So first and third 2 down, and Daniel Robertson, the batter, he is 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Ground ball to the shortstop. They go to second for the inning-ending force. So a couple of walks, but they can't take advantage. Halfway through, 6-3 Cleveland. Zach McAllister will come on now and pitch for the Indians. McAllister's 23rd appearance of the year. I know you said that you thought Terry would stay with Merritt.
Yeah.
But I was thinking back to that ALCS game last year. I remember him saying later, he said, I didn't want them to see him another time through the order.
I understand.
He's gone through twice, and he must figure, that third time around.
Yes, because he gave up 5 hits that second time through the lineup, 5 for 9. So they started figuring him out, taking him the other way. I totally see it. You know, he gave you 4 innings. You still have a 3-run lead. Now you're playing for outs.
Well, also, guys, with this doubleheader, Pleco is here. There's another couple relievers out there, and he didn't have to use his big guys last night. That was the one thing Tito was happy about last night, that he didn't have to use Miller or Allen. So
yeah,
I think because of that and the way that things are set up, I think that's why. I think, Matt, you're absolutely right. But also, they know they've got the extra arms that they can use to get through this game if necessary.
Zach McAllister lets it fly, and Dozier wraps a line drive that's caught by Kipnis. That's the very tip top of his ladder, and he got up there to grab it for out number 1.
Yeah, that's a nice play. Well timed. And I mean, he was right in the spot. And, you know, sometimes in a day game, it can be tough to pick the ball up with the shirts in the crowd. But boy, he timed it beautifully. It gets in the glove, and it keeps that leadoff man off base. Good play by Kip.
Jason's family here for the weekend, his dad and his brothers. Kipnis boys weekend. Eduardo Escobar 1 out of 2 today. And he swings at an off-speed pitch. Good one by McAllister.
Matty, the Kipnis brothers told me that's as high as he can jump. They said because of his height, the rest of them wouldn't have to jump for that ball. I keep telling them, they keep talking to me. I'm putting them on commentary. They're unbelievable.
Oh, I bet.
Well, he jumped as high as he had to. That was perfect. it's easy for the brothers to get on them when they're sitting in the seats.
Easy to relate to, isn't it?
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes. Another play and another wonderful job by Kipnis. Holy smokes, he goes to the backhand on a wicket in between. Hop picks it clean, 2 down.
That's just like a do or die play. That's outstanding right there. That's a tough play. On the backhanded side, it was going to be a tough hop. But boy, he kept the glove right there. It goes right in the middle and makes a beautiful play for the first 2 outs of this inning. So he saved McAllister twice.
Your brothers weren't much for commentary, but they could certainly make their presence known.
Yeah, they come up every weekend. You have an opportunity, it's fun. Coming out and watch you play. Not a bad flight for the Kipnis boys from Chicago. I would imagine they all live.
Swung on and missed by Big Miguel Sano, 1-1. Dots the outside part of the plate with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and he's ahead 1-2. What a change of pace, though. You go from facing Ryan Merritt, who's below hitting speed, to McAllister, who's rearing back and throwing mid-90s BBs. And he struck him out with another wicked breaking ball. They go 1, 2, 3 here in the 5th, thanks to some nifty D by the Tribe's second sacker, Jason Kipnis, throwing the leather around.
Rewards, and today's Tribe rewards code is Logan. Visit Indians.com for complete details.
(6-3) Indians lead it. Jose Ramirez leading off the 6th, takes low ball 1 from Alex Wimmers.
Well, the run that Ramirez has been on, he has his batting average up over 300. Change up. That is his pitch. It's not the breaking ball. He's had a tough time commanding the fastball, but his changeup's been his go-to pitch when he's needed to throw a strike.
Up high with a heater. He missed badly there. 3-1. Alex Wimmers out of Cincinnati, Ohio, was a Twins first-round pick from Ohio State. There's a long fly ball to deep right field, and it is gone to Souvenir City. Ramirez just climbed the 23-foot wall in right, and the Indians' lead is now 7-3.
Well, he's one guy that was able to stay back on the changeup. His second home run today makes it a 7-3 game, and this guy is on fire. Right-handed, goes the other way to give the Indians a 1-0 lead in the first. Then he's going to drive in a pair with a double off the wall in right. And his last at-bat, let's just smoke one to right. His second homer, changeup, see ya. And Wimmers is done this afternoon. Boy, Hosey is some kind of hot.
Timeout for another pitching change here in Minnesota. And the Indians in front 7-3. We'll be right back. And the new pitcher for Minnesota is left-hander Buddy Boshears. On for the ninth time this year, Boshears made his major league debut against the Indians back in August of 2013. Struck out the only batter he faced. Flips a curveball up and in there for a strike. He was called back up on May 30th. Second stint with the big league club this year. Encarnacion fouls it back out of play. Edwin has walked all 3 times today. He scored a couple of runs. They haven't thrown him any strikes until now.
They're going to try and pitch around him if they can, but the Indians have scored in 4 of the first 6 innings. Due in part by Ramirez and Zimmer.
They've driven in all the runs. Out of play. Eddie sends a high drive to right. Robbie Grossman on the track, makes the catch right in front of the wall for out number one. Boy, off the bat, it didn't seem like it had a chance to do any damage, but that ended up nearly off the wall in right center field.
Yeah, it had some carry. That ball stayed up a little bit. Grossman still on the run, had to make the catch, you see, right in front of the wall. So the first time Eddie's been retired this afternoon.
Carlos Santana looks at a pitch low right at the knees on the outside corner for strike one. Buddy Boshears was high school teammates with Craig Kimbrell. How'd you like to go up as a hitter against that team?
Yeah, Kimbrell's having a nice year.
That'd kill your stats for the whole year. One series. Yeah. 1-1. Down in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Santana turned away, and it's 3-1. And Santana draws a walk.
Boy, oh boy. 7th walk today for the Indians.
Injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk and Out. Victor Martinez. Boy, disheartening news there. You hope everything checks out okay with him. That irregular heartbeat puts him on the DL. Ben Zobrist for the Cubs. And Big CeCe down with a left hamstring injury.
Last start. Had to come out of it.
Well, here's Austin Jackson 0 for 2 with a walk. Takes outside, ball 1. Jackson lines one to right field. That's going to be a base hit. Grossman fires to the cutoff man, but all the way to third goes Santana. Indians at the corners with a 1 out.
Nice stroke by Austin right there, taking it to right field. You can see the the route that Grossman tried to run on that. He started to come in thinking he could catch it, and then gave up, knowing that that ball was slicing. It was going to be a base hit. He sent Santana to third. First and third now with one out. A chance to get on the board again. And guess who's up? He has the opportunity to catch Ramirez now with his fourth ribby.
Well, we just saw the injury news from around the bigs. Andre Knott has an update from the Tribe clubhouse.
Well, let's talk about the outfielders, of the glut of outfielders that are hurt. Abe Almonte, who has been on a rehab assignment, still dealing with a little pain when he throws, doesn't have the arm bothering him when he hits, so it's not a surprise, so they're slowing him down. Brandon Guyer is 1 for 3 last night. He has the day off today. He will play again tomorrow. And Danny Salazar will throw a bullpen session on Monday. Then the team will go from there with Danny.
All right, thank you, Andre, as Bradley Zimmer takes ball 1. It's been the Jose and Zimmer show. Ramirez has driven in 4. Zimmer has driven in the other 3. Bradley's hits both coming with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. This time he's up with first and third and only 1 out. Twins want to cut that run off at third if they can, so they've got the infield partway in. And it's 1-1. Ground ball. Dozier goes to second. They get 1, but no chance to turn the double play. The ball came out after the force on Jackson. So that's the second out. Santana scoring on the play to make it 8-3 Cleveland.
And gives Zimmer the RBI. So now he ties Ramirez. Even if they field it cleanly, they're not going to get Zimmer because Dozier had to go to his left. You can see the ball comes out of his hand. So that'll be a fielder's choice. And the RBI goes to Zimmer. And he's right in the way. And you can slide, man, to the bag if you're the base runner. No problem there.
Yeah, Adrianza never got the ball into his bare hand on the transfer. One ball and 1 strike. Roberto Perez, who had been swinging a pretty good bat here of late, looked like maybe he was showing signs of coming out of it. He's fallen right back into his funk here today.
Well, it's pull happy. Long swing. They're throwing him change-ups and keeping the ball away.
Runner at first, 2 down, and the 2-2 on its way to Roberto. Low and away and a full count. Boy, no Twins pitcher has been able to throw the ball with any efficiency whatsoever here today.
A lot of pitches, a lot of deep counts, a lot of walks.
Buddy Boshear's about to deliver the payoff pitch, and he strikes him out. But the Indians tack on 2 more, and Jose Ramirez becomes the 9th player in Indians history to homer from both sides of the plate in the same game.
Indians to the 2017 All-Star game that'll take place in Miami. Fans can vote 5 times a day and up to 35 times total to help Frankie, Jose, Gib, others get to the All-Star game. Visit Indians.com/vote. Cast your ballot today.
Zach McAllister misses outside. Strike to the outside corner. Minnesota has thrown twice as many pitches in this game as the Indians have.
I can believe it, and it seems like it. They've been deep in many counts. McAllister doing a nice job. He's throwing about 67% strikes. 10 of his 15 have been strikes.
Minnesota started, or coming into this inning, Minnesota had thrown 151 pitches. The Indians 75. Two balls and 2 strikes for Robbie Grossman. Day-night doubleheader here in Minneapolis. The night game scheduled for 8 o'clock Eastern time. He blew it by him. 95-mile-an-hour fastball takes care of Grossman. And McAllister has struck out a pair.
Yeah, back-to-back strikeouts. Going to see a good fastball. They want it in, but it goes away, and it has some movement to it. Well, that ball running away a little bit. You can see where Perez catches the ball. So 4 up, 4 down for McAllister.
He almost went around on that pitch, but they said he held up. Kenny Vargas 0 for 2, struck out in the 4th. Vargas fouled it off. It's 1-1.
Didn't want to. Wanted to try and hold up, but that ball catches it. Catches the bat.
Broken bat bouncer to first. Santana will take it himself, and there are 2 down. Swinging to summer tonight, Indians Twins right here. It's game 2 of this day-night doubleheader. Our coverage begins with Indians live at 7:30 Eastern. First pitch at 8. Swinging to summer on Sports Time Ohio and Fox Sports Go. Presented by Click It or Ticket. There is a chance this evening for some showers or thunderstorms. Hopefully we can dodge the raindrops. 2 down for Eddie Rosario, who singled and scored in the 4th.
Yeah, right. The reason why we're playing this game tonight is because we were rained out the first time we came in here. We were due for a 4-game series. They ended up winning the 3 that they played and the 1 rain out.
Indians trying to win their 6th straight on Minnesota soil. Two balls and a strike. Indians came in with the 3rd best road record in the American League at 18-14. The 3-1 is way outside. He walked him. So after retiring the first 5 in a row, McAllister allows his first base runner.
Yeah, first walk of the day by Cleveland pitching. Merritt didn't walk anybody in his 4 innings.
Mickey Callaway's going to go out and talk with Zach. We mentioned last night that Minnesota is in an unusual situation in that they lead the Central Division coming into today by 8, and yet they're 7 games under 500 here at home. But that's not the one that jumps out at me the most. Run differential. Minnesota has been outscored by 31 runs on the year.
Wow.
And yet, here they are coming into today with a 1-game lead in the division. Now, part of that is because they've had 10 games this year in which they've been blown out. They've lost by 7 runs or more in 10 of their 30 losses. So that'll do a number on your run differential. But still, it's kind of odd that they've been able to win as many games as they have, yet the fact they've still been outscored.
You say that, you look at their 1-run games, they're 9-4 in 1-run games. So the close ones they play, they find a way to win them. And if they don't get good starting, it seems like they're out of the games early. Hence the first 2 games in this series where the Indians jumped out early and have been able to add on.
Byron Buxton 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. He pulls one just foul.
That did not miss by much.
Uh-oh, that's hit deep to left. Down the line, it hooks foul right in front of the pole onto the taco deck.
I mean, you know, Zach needs that last out to get out of here. That's all they're looking for is 2 innings, but he spun one and left it in the middle of the plate. And thankfully, Buxton was a little bit out in front of it and drives it foul, but it certainly had the distance.
You got a ball, take a selfie. Here's the 1-2. Foul back. Didn't miss by much, but it's 2-2. Fastball trying to dot it.
Yeah, just down. I'll tell you what, go right back out there. Just get it up a little bit. There's no way he's going to be able to hit that pitch out there. There you go.
That was the one.
There you go.
Side retired. We've played 6. Indians 8. Twins 3. Is brought to you by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk, proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. And by the stylish 2017 Kia Optima. Looks like Lego Man out there watching us from afar. 8-3, Indians on top. Zach McAllister with a pair of scoreless innings out of the bullpen. Buddy Boshear is back to work here in the 7th, facing Eric Gonzalez, who's been on all 3 times safely today.
Yeah, he's had a nice afternoon.
Now the 1-2. And a slow roller to short. Adrianza throws him out. 1 away. Final round of the U.S. Open tomorrow. America's champion will be crowned in golf's can't-miss major of the year. It's the 117th U.S. Open tomorrow at 11 Eastern on Fox, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Aaron Hill's in Wisconsin. Jason Kipnis doubled and scored in the 4th. He's also made a couple of terrific defensive plays here this afternoon.
Yeah, back to back.
Swung on and missed. Here's the D from Kip. Up the ladder.
A line drive, had to jump it. Now a nice backhanded play. That ball was very nice. Took a hit away 2 times.
Out of play. Bounced it in front of the plate. Now the 1-2. And a line drive single in the right field. That's the Indians' 11th hit of the afternoon.
Yeah, Jason's Kip's second. He brought the hands in on a fastball up and in. And got it over the second baseman's head, so a 1-out single.
Francisco Lindor getting the first half of this split doubleheader off. Expect him in the lineup here this evening. Players, I think, you know, intellectually they understand why the manager gives them a day off, but they just don't know what to do with themselves when you're an everyday player. And it's not like he's getting a day off, but
yeah,
it's just weird to sit on the bench
off
and watch a game.
Yeah, especially when you're an everyday player. It certainly is.
I can tell you guys, Lindor doesn't know how to do these off days. He's been moving around and running around the entire game.
Kipnis takes off. Jimenez, good throw, and it's in time. 2 down.
Al had a pretty good jump at the throws right there. And you see the tag applied by Dozier just before Kipnis's foot gets to the base. So that'll be out number 2 on a caught stealing.
And an 0-2 count now on Daniel Robertson. Out of play, right side. And the 0-2 offering. Checked on a ball that was outside. To first base, Vargas scoops it up, takes it himself. And the Indians are out. Stretch time at Minneapolis. Indians 8, Twins 3. Kirby Puckett statue just beyond the gates here at Target Field. Been a good day for the Indians offense here this afternoon. As the Tribe leads at 8-3, Brian Shaw coming on, third Indians pitcher to work here this afternoon. His 33rd appearance. Relief of Zach McAllister, who worked 2 scoreless. Walked 1, struck out 3. Ryan Merritt got the start today. He went 4 innings. Indians staked him to an early lead. It was 3-0 Cleveland before he threw a pitch. But then he went out, and the first 2 innings were scoreless. Allowed a run in the 3rd, couple in the 4th. And then that was it. After 63 pitches, he had gone through the lineup twice exactly. A-Ray Adrianza, he is 2 for 2. He had a big 2-out 2-run double in that 4th. That cut it to 6-3. and gave the Twins a little spark, a little sense of, hey, maybe we're not out of this thing yet. But then the Indians came right back, and in the 6th inning, Jose Ramirez continues to just tear it up. He hit a home run. They added another run, so they answered to make it 8-3.
Yeah, they put 8 on the board last night in game 1 of the series, which was nice to see.
Yeah, 28 runs now in our last 3 games. Piece.
Yeah, he's fighting him off. He's following off. He barely got a piece of that slider. You don't see Shaw too many times throw that slider. It's all cutter heavy. With him, 12% of his pitches are sliders. Few and far between.
Just off the outside corner, 1-2.
Yes, he did.
He went around. Tag was not applied, so the throw to first takes care of that. 1 down. Well, Ryan Merritt's start was vintage Ryan Merritt from the right out of the gate, throwing a lot of strikes.
Curveball, changeups, moving it in, moving it out. Preying on the aggressiveness of a lot of these Minnesota hitters, and then you mentioned after the second time, Dozier started to go the other way. They started to take what he was giving them, but he made some very good pitches, had the double play to get out of an inning. So he went his 4 innings.
Check swing roller to first.
Thank you very much.
He'll take care of that, and Jimenez quickly erased 2 down. Brian Dozier will be the batter with 2 down in the 7th. Tigers hosting Tampa Bay. They're scoreless right now in the 3rd inning. White Sox beat the Blue Jays earlier. So Chicago's won 3 in a row. Kansas City in action later in Anaheim. They've won 6 straight. Tigers trying to win their 3rd in a row, as are the Indians. A win here this afternoon puts the Tribe in a tie with the Twins for the top spot in the division. Slicing foul out of play. Meanwhile, in the National League West, you talk about a crazy division. Colorado owns the top spot. They've won 3 in a row. Arizona and the Dodgers are a game out. Arizona's won 5 in a row. Dodgers have won 7 out of 10. 3 teams bunched closely together right there at the top, and they're all playing good baseball.
Yes, they are.
Colorado's 44 and 26. Arizona and LA are both 42 and 26. So
yeah, there's a look at the West right there. And you look at the rest of the National League. Washington has 41 wins.
So you wonder why the Indians have had trouble winning against the NL West. Well, there's some pretty good teams out in that division.
Yeah, there really is.
Just missed. Full count. Struck him out. Got a piece of it, but Roberto Perez hangs on to end the inning. And we go to the 8th. 8-3 Cleveland. Authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians. Well, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Jose Ramirez has had himself another big day, and I say another because he's had a bunch of them lately. Couple of homers, 9th player in Indians history to homer from both sides of the plate in the same game. He has driven in 4 runs this afternoon. So he's got 6 hits in the first 2 games of the series.
Yes, indeed. He has 10 total bases in game 1, 3 for 4. He is well up over 300 now.
Matt Belisle's 28th appearance this year. Fly ball to center field and a routine play for Buxton. 1 down. Edwin Encarnacion walked his first 3 times to the plate today, scored a couple of runs, flied out to right field, and it was deep, just in front of the wall and right in the 6th inning.
Oh yeah, thing of beauty.
Right down the line, it'll be a base hit for Edwin.
Well, his first hit.
When you're going well, that's
Yeah,
the way it goes.
exactly right. That's what happens. Look at, he'll slap, he'll take it. You know, like the other day in Cleveland, a check swing and get the RBI because he had 3 guys on the left side. Those are things you need. So he's going well right now. Gets his first hit, but has been on it again 4 out of the 5 times.
Couple of quick strikes to Santana. It's 0-2. And he lines one to deep left, but Rosario, playing pretty deep, was able to glide back and grab it. 2 away. Lonnie Chisenhall will pitch hit for Austin Jackson with 2 out here in the 8th.
Well, he's had so far a very good year as a pinch hitter, 3 for 11 with a grand slam and a 3-run homer.
He said the other day, he's played now long enough, and especially for Terry Francona, that he starts thinking along the lines of when he may use him as a pinch hitter when he's not starting a game. So he said it enables me to kind of get ready for those opportunities. Vargas made a nice play right there to end the inning. Go to the bottom of the 8th, 8-3 Cleveland. Coming up here, new pitcher is Dan Otero. 4th Indians pitcher to work here this afternoon. His 25th appearance on the year. And he'll be facing 2, 3, and 4 due up for Minnesota. Lonnie Chisenhall stays in the game after pinch hitting in right field. So far, the bullpen has worked 3 no-hit scoreless innings, combining for 1 walk, 5 strikeouts.
Yeah, very nice.
Pulls it foul. Indians will head to Baltimore for a 4-game series against the Orioles beginning Monday. The Orioles finally breaking loose today.
They have a lead.
Adam Jones has homered. Mark Trumbo has homered. Manny Machado has homered. And they lead 9-1 over the Cardinals in the 3rd inning.
Wow.
Oops. All 9 of those runs were in the first 2 frames. Fouled back. Yankees A's tied 2-2 out in Oakland, and New York's stranglehold on the top spot in the AL East is in jeopardy. They've lost 4 in a row heading into today. If Boston beats Houston, they could move into a first-place tie. Popped him up. Left side of the infield. Ramirez says, "I'll take this." And he does, 1 away. Recapping today's storylines brought to you by Mazda. Well, they did support the rookie. They scored 3 before he threw a pitch. That's all he needed. Merritt was good early, and when he ran into a little bit of trouble, Terry Francona went to the bullpen, and they have been flawless.
Yeah, got through the lineup twice. I'm sure that's what he was looking for, and he was able to turn it to his bullpen.
High, towering fly ball to center field. Bradley Zimmer, 2 down. Right now in Denver, Colorado and the Giants are playing an old-fashioned game. 2-1 Rockies in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, that could change there in a hurry as well.
Missed outside ball.
Had a high-scoring affair yesterday.
Well, it's Kyle Freeland pitching for Colorado. We saw him. We know how good he can pitch. He was gone 6 innings, 8 hits, 1 run.
Yeah, that was a 10-8 game they played yesterday, so now they might be tired from that high altitude.
Matt Cain going for San Francisco only went 5. Gave up 2 runs on 9 hits. So obviously they've been able to both scatter some hits, work out of jams. Fouled back by Robbie Grossman, who was 0 for 3 today and 0 for 7 in the series. Perfect pitch.
Yes,
Got him
was.
looking.
Wow.
And the Twins go 1-2-3. Dan Otero with a perfect inning of relief. Bradley Zimmer leads off and promptly lines one foul down the left side out of play. Zimmer, a 2-run single with 2 outs in the first inning. Then a 2-out RBI double in the third. Drove home his 4th run of the game with a fielder's choice in the 6th. Weird to see a game where the team has scored this many runs and 2 guys have driven in all of the runs.
Right. Well, we'll see if this guy's going to be in the lineup in the second game. Bradley Zimmer. You know, you have another left-hander pitching tonight. Just got the start in game 1.
It might come down to what Tito wants to do, you know, with tomorrow being a day game. Swung out and missed. Zimmer strikes out, 1 away. Here's the Indians box score this afternoon. Ramirez with a 3-hit day. Zimmer with a pair. Eric Gonzalez out of the 9-hole has 2 hits and a run scored. Jason Kipnis a double.
Well, and they did it early again today. 3 in the first. They added 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the 6th. They got to that 8 mark again.
And Encarnacion with 3 walks, first 3 times to the plate. Roberto Perez cuts and misses. He's had a rough day at the plate. He is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And the one time he made contact was the one time you didn't want him to make contact.
Yeah, on a stolen base attempt is what you're referring to, correct?
Bradley Zimmer had the base stolen.
Exactly.
On the first pitch of the at-bat, and Perez swung at it and popped it right up in the shallow center for an out. Back out of play. Cubs Pirates coming up tonight in Pittsburgh. Did you see what happened last night?
No.
Really goofy play in the game. Might have been leading off the game. Roberto bounces one to short. Anthony Rizzo hits a ball down the line. He was leading off the game again. The umpire closest to it calls home run. All right, it's a leadoff home. It was one of those deals that went over the foul pole, kind of like the one we had in Cleveland with Encarnacion. Calls it a home run. The umpires get together. They change the call, and then they go for a crew chief review, and the call stands. And Joe Madden goes berserk. He's like, why would you change it amongst yourself and then go for video replay? He said the guy who made the call on the field emphatically signaled home run, and then you get together and then you change it, and now you go to replay. So
I don't think I've ever seen that.
If there's not indisputable evidence, you can't overturn it. So Madden's thing was, if you call it a home run, fine. If you go review it and you think it wasn't a home run, okay, I'll live with that. But you changed it first and then went to replay.
Wow, I did not see that.
Yeah, it's one of those ones I think the umpires wish they probably had a do-over button, because it sort of defeats the whole purpose of having replay. If you're going to.
Unbelievable.
It's a nice day for Eric Gonzalez, by the way. 3 hits, a run scored.
A little slider away, and there you go. Nice afternoon for Eric. 3rd hit. And he walked once, so he's been on 4 out of 5 times.
Back to the top of the order, and Jason Kipnis. Indians have now tallied 13 hits this afternoon. And so for the Tribe, that's the 18th time they've had 10 or more hits. Barring a collapse, they'll go to 14-4 when they have 10 or more in the hit column. Popped up. Foul ground. Escobar can't get to it. He's running into that railing about the time the ball gets there, and he just didn't have enough time to get to the railing first.
Well, look how far down the line Jimenez was. He was down at third base. He came. It seems like he went a long, long way to get down there.
Yeah, he ends up in your picture right there.
Trying to see where.
Oh, with that shift on.
Escobar, yeah, he's at shortstop, so that's a tough play with the 3 guys over on the right side. That's a long way to go.
Jason Kipnis bidding for a 3-hit afternoon. And he'll get it. Down a right field line. That'll drop. On his way to third goes Gonzalez. And now it's bumbled by Grossman, and scoring all the way is Eric Gonzalez. He comes all the way around from first base as Jason Kipnis has his 3rd hit of the afternoon. And it's now 9-3 Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they may give an error here to Grossman because he didn't field it cleanly.
Like hot potato down there.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. I mean, it's going to be a double. Kipnis is going, no big deal. He boots it there, picks it up, dropped it, picked it back up. And that allowed Gonzalez all the way to first with 2 outs. He's off and running anyway to score. Let's see what they do.
It's going to be a double for Kipnis, but the error will allow Gonzalez to score, so no RBI. The error charged obviously to Grossman. And each team has committed an error now in the game. Daniel Robertson has not been able to join the hit parade. He's 0 for 5. Robertson trying to snap out of an 0 for 12 skid. In tight, he missed. 2 balls and a strike. Don't forget, more baseball comes your way later on, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Game 2 of this split doubleheader. Right back to the pitcher. Belisle did a nice job to grab it and throw him out. That'll end the inning. One more for the Indians. 9-3 Cleveland as we go to the bottom of the 9th. Pat O'Brien Chevrolet play of the game.
Well, Jose Ramirez has had a wonderful afternoon. He gave him a jump start with a home run in the first, and then he was able to add to it. He had another home run from each side of the plate, 4 RBIs on the afternoon, and it's been all Indians today.
Kenny Vargas cuts and fouls it right back. Right back to Dano.
Nice play.
And a great pick to throw him out.
Well, he's ready for it. He's in good fielding position. It makes a nice play to retire Vargas. One hopper right off to the side.
Up comes Eddie Rosario, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. He lines it into left field. And a 1-out base runner now for Byron Buxton. Buxton singled and scored back in the 4th inning. It's the last time the Twins were on the board. They scored once in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. But the bullpen came on starting the 5th inning. And they have worked 4 1/3 shutout, 1-hit innings combined. Struck out 6 altogether. And the 0-2 fouled away. Otero ready. He fires. Strike 3 call. Book him, Dano. That's his 2nd strikeout this afternoon. 2 down here in the 9th.
Outside corner at the knees. A nice pitch. It's got a little come back to it, but it was a perfect pitch by Dan Otero. Gets the 2nd out.
To second base on a difference goes Rosario. Missed outside. 2 down here in the bottom of the 9th. Indians on top, 9-3. They are about to force their way into a first-place tie atop the division standings with Minnesota. Three balls and a strike. Caught the outside corner. Fouled out of plate on the left side.
One strike away from putting this one to bed. Winning 2 straight here.
There's a liner to center field. Bradley Zimmer makes the catch, put it in the books. The Indians win again. They beat the Twins for the second straight time here in Minnesota in this series, but overall they've won 6 in a row on Minnesota soil. And the Indians now move into a first place tie with Minnesota. Both teams with identical 34 and 31 records. Overall, the Indians have won 3 in a row. Minnesota has now dropped 7 of their last 12. 9-3 is the final score. Zach McAllister the winner. It's his first decision on the year. The loss to Adam Wilk, who is now 0-2 as a Twin starter. Well, Rick, they came out and bum rushed him right out of the gate.
Yeah, they did it in fine fashion, much like yesterday. I mean, when you can put 3 on the board, and hey, they did that with 2 out and nobody on.